Hi YouTubers, Eclectic Lil here. This is going to be my first DIY on YouTube, and what I'm going to be showing you is how to decoupage a picture frame. And decoupage is the art or craft of decorating objects with colored paper cutouts using glue. You could use Elmer's glue. I water it down a little, or Mod Podge, which is a glue and a sealer that you could buy at Michael's or what have you. But I'm just using glue. I tried to do this so that you could use things from home, and you can do decoupage on any objects, on boxes, on picture frames, on bottles. You could use lithos, which I'm going to be using. You can use like fabric, lace, magazine cutouts, greeting cards, and so on. I happened to, excuse me, go to a thrift shop, and I found a bunch of frames, and they were 50% off. They're already only like 30 cents, 30 cents. Uh, why that one was 80, I don't know. But anyway, they're 50% off, so, and I chose the wood, um, borders. They're easier to work with for me anyway. And so what you're going to need is the object you're going to decoupage. And decoupage comes from the French word uh, decouper, and which means to cut out or cut from something else. So I used to do a lot of this, but I haven't done it in a while, and so here we are. So what you'll need is your glue, and I just have regular glue. It doesn't have to be Elmer's glue. And you just put some in a bowl, and then I water it down a little bit just to thin it out. Because as you apply it, you don't want it to dry and be all like, like white dried glue. You want to thin it out, and I'll show you how to apply it. So you just mix it up, and then you get whatever you're going to be cutting out. So like I said, I have these vintage lithos. This is Art Treasures for framing, decoupage, creative crafts. I picked these up at an estate sale one day, and you could get all different sizes. You're going to be cutting them down. I'm using a small frame, and what I did was I already cut some pieces out, and what I try to do is I try to press it on the frame to mold it, and then wherever the crease is, I cut it. And what you're going to do is use these little sponge brushes. They work really good, and dip it in, and you're going to glue the wood frame first, and then on both sides of your paper, and then you're just going to work it. It's going to be messy, so your hands are going to get really messy. And so I've already pre-cut some, and I'll show you. So it's almost like a puzzle, and to fit them on. And so this is all angels. I'm doing this frame, and so I need to fill in like right here. So I'm gonna get my paper and cut it. And I just trim all the excess away. And see that figure there? I'm going to cut her out. And it's okay if they're on top of one another. That's just the art. And that's how I do it. You could apply it any way you want. And then I also like to make my edges like round, and I don't like to keep them, square like that. I just like to just make little waves just to give it some character. And so I'm going to try to wrap it around so it fits close to the glass. Well, actually, let me back up a minute. Take the backing out of your frame. Take the glass out. I should have did that. Okay, so now you're working with just the wood frame. You don't have to worry about getting glue all over your frame. So anyway, so what I did was so see how this goes around the edge and it goes around the back, and that covers it pretty nicely. And then later you're going to have these openings, and what you're going to do is just trim pieces and just fill it in. It's like a puzzle, and try to match the colors, and keep your scraps that you cut out because you're going to be filling it in. So let me just get started, and we'll go from there, and I'll just show you the process. So you get your glue. Now this is how I do it. There's probably other methods or means that other people use, but this is how I do it. And you get the paper wet on both sides. Saturate it. And then you position it where you want it. And then you just press it on. If it doesn't glue down right away, then just hold it or just apply more glue. It's going to pop up in areas, especially if your paper is a little thicker. Then if you have excess, then just, wipe it away. And I didn't get a rag. Let me just get a piece of paper towel real quick. And you just keep cutting out and applying. It's going to be messy, like I said. Okay. And just keep pressing it down. And then go for your next piece. Aren't these adorable? Love them. So cute. Okay. So glue both sides. Put more glue here. And then just press it down. If it doesn't adhere, it will. Just keep pressing it. See? And then you just keep this up, and you just go all the way around, and you just keep filling in. And what I did was, like, see, I'm pressing it and pressing it, and then you'll see the creases of where you need to cut, if you need to cut. And then later, if you have some hanging off, and when it's dry, just get an X-Acto knife, and you could just shave it off. But you just continue this process and layer it if you like. If you see an open spot, see, I would cut that white off, and see, it's opened over here. So I would cut this out and then put this angel like off to the side, and just keep filling in and filling in. So once this is dry, I usually, if I see spots popping up or what have you, then I'll just glue it more. I'll just go back and put more glue under the edges and then keep pressing it down till it stays, till that is down and adhered to your piece. They're so cute. So then just keep up this process. So once it's dry, like I said, use the glue. And so when it's all dry, then you could use like an acrylic, a spray acrylic sealer. And then that is it. And I already did one. And I'm going to show you a finished one that I did. So I did this one. And I put, in the background, I had cardstock. And so you could just measure for the background, put any color you want. And then I love this little bird. So I thought I'd put a little bird. He's amongst the flowers. And it brings out the little touches of, yellow here and there. And it just goes well overall. So there's the finished product. So it's really not hard. And it's a lot of fun. And you could use whatever you want. And I have a quote for you. And it's, creativity is intelligence having fun. And that's a quote from Albert Einstein. So I hope you guys enjoyed this short DIY using decoupage on wood frames. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Hit the thumbs up button and make a comment down below what craft you enjoy doing or if you've tried this before. All right, ciao.